this is going to be just a discussion of the things that I was able to complete today on my plan to make sure that I have an agency launch by the end of the quarter of 2025. I have an agency launched. I have supported my kids. I maintain progress through my divorce, and I also secure three streams of revenue. I build systems, and I keep up with my health targets, which are no alcohol in 90 days and to drop 5 pounds. All right. So today, the main thing that I did was the creation of the VSL for the AI agency, and also that I went to meet with the owner to make sure that I am evaluating business for acquisition today. So I'll tell you a little bit about these two things, which are the lion's share of what I did today. So for the owner, I did sign the NDA. At the beginning, she said that this is a main street business. It doesn't have a lot of technology. It doesn't have is a retail store on a downtown. It doesn't have a lot of the things that I think that are great for a business, but it does offer possibility. The reason why it's attractive for me is because it's such a calm job that I will be able to probably work in the store and increase the sales on the online store because it doesn't have a lot of online presence. And also, I will be able to work from there on my actual job on my 9 to 5. So it's almost like one of those jobs where people go as a cashier so they can study for school. So it's kind of like that. The store, the owner, I signed the NDA, and then we decided to share today sales history, um, ex, things that we need to do share is taxes, expenses, profit is to be determined. She has an idea, it's to be determined based on the calculations that I make of this data, and also inventory, and we shared also payroll. Okay. So a little bit about this. She is paying herself a salary because she is an owner operator, and she works about 25 hours per week. And she also has part-time employees. Okay. The inventory, we're going to take a look at that. I did an export on that. The It was very interesting because when I first started to, she's never done an export of inventory or sales history on a spreadsheet. Everything that she has is actually on paper. So this is one of those businesses that doesn't have a lot of technology integrated, and I could do a good improvement there. Um, we talked in the past week about procedures. Once I do the evaluation about these components, I'm going to be able to make an offer. Okay. Discretionary income, right? Discretionary cash flow, basically. Um, okay, so that's what happened, right? So I wasn't able to go to the gym today because this actually took a long time to be here. And it just wasn't, I didn't have the time to really go into the gym. Now, what is the benefit for data analysis? The thing that I'm going to do that she hasn't been able to do is she hasn't been able to track what are the most um, high sold items. Everything is in her head. So I'm going to be making an analysis of the sales history and match that to the inventory list by ID to determine where are the opportunities and the losers, right? And then the items that are not um, profitable, but that she's maintaining on inventory. Okay. Next thing is that I created the VSL, and that is for the AI. And actually, this turned out really good. I'm going to make another video on this, but I watched the module, and the module, what it entailed is all of these aspects, right? I created the script with a prompt, uploaded that to Notion, then published it as a site, then recorded it faceless VSL, reading through the site and the script, and then uploaded it into the media center of Go High Level so that it could be part of the funnel page. Okay, so then I'm going to make a recording, a separate video on this. I'll leave that on the description once I have it up because I think that this is will be very helpful for those of you who are camera shy, like I am, and that would like to also create VSL, a faceless VSL. Okay. Data imports on Salesforce. I'm in the process of doing that. I already prepped data and standardized it for import, and that's for my 9 to 5. And aside from that, I also participated in a meeting, and I'm also going to do another um, insert and narrative report. Okay, now use course service of the evening. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because this took so long that I needed to get back to work. So what I'm cannot. So what I'm doing is that I'm actually having it live on YouTube. Okay, and then I put up the Halloween decorations with the kids. This is kids and family, and that was awesome. And then I wanted to talk about this. In the way that health goals, 90 days without alcohol. I had cravings. Um, so last night I went out, took the kids out for dinner before we went to services, and I kept looking at the bar, and I kept looking, and I was so used to ask for wine and having pizza or a nice time out with wine, and it was so difficult. I asked for the sparkling water and it was fine, but what was difficult was to be looking at the bar and it was in front of me and then seeing other people drinking. It was really hard. So I had a lot of cravings and it took a lot of me not to cave in, but I kept reminding myself that alcohol is not good on my body. So, and that I wanted to make that promise to myself. So, um, but then later, as the evening progressed, I stopped thinking about it, and then by nighttime, I wasn't even thinking about that. I had not even thought about it through the night. So what that gives lets me know is that it may be a moment of craving, but then it's gonna pass, which is super important. Today I also I had added these things to do today, but obviously I didn't have time for that. It was just too much. What I did do to support this goal, which I'm going to complete tomorrow, is that I created a video of me speaking for 5 minutes for the avatar. So that is already checked. And then I need to include the 30 minutes for 11 laps. All right, so that's the story for today, and Thank you so much for listening to this, and hopefully it helps you. And keep on an eye out for that VSL module, Faceless VSL, that I'm going to be recording soon. Okay, until tomorrow.